And guard number 9, 𝔍𝔞𝔪�𝔰. The other guard number 19, 𝔐𝔬𝔫𝔢𝔰 𝔑𝔞𝔪�𝔕. And forward number 24, 𝔂𝔑𝔞𝔪�𝔠 𝔑𝔞𝔦. And center number 25, 𝔘𝔫𝔦𝔦𝔱𝔥. In the other forward number 77, Tomas Cruz. Their head coach is Boris Aldeguer. Check out now the starters of your Ateneo Blue Eagles. At forward number 3, third Ebdane. At guard number 4, Lance Lagdamen. The other forward number 6, TJ De Los Santos. The other guard number 17, Henry Sowico. And at center number 28, Zeb Espinas. Their head coach is Reggie Varilla. Officiating this ballgame, our crew chief, Ferdy Manjala. Umpire 1, Garchi Ferrer. And umpire 2, John
The starters
Cabiles.
for the junior archers, Alas will be starting alongside Arboleda, Espina, Cruz, and Dimaano. Taking his spot at center there for DLS-Z. Meanwhile, Lagdamen, Suwico, Ebdane, De Los Santos, and Espinas will be starting here for the Blue Eagles. Manjala, Ferrer, and Cabiles will be our officiating trio here for these two squads. And here we go, first quarter action between Ateneo and La Salle. Kobe Dio here on the panel, joined by Coach Juanito Gregorio, and we get an opening possession by DLS-Z. So Coach, no Chris Porter in the starting lineup for Ateneo. Does that surprise you?
Oh, it does, it does. This is going to be a very huge game, so I assume they want to get instant energy off the bench, and they're also going to trust these young guys to try and start strong for Ateneo.
Ateneo will have Ebdane right back on the floor here after missing their last game on Wednesday. That was a tough loss for the Blue Eagles against NU. Meanwhile, Kiefer Alas and La Salle starting hot here, 5-0 to start this game.
The keeper Alas wanting that win today, already putting everybody on his shoulders. First basket, first make for Kiefer.
Ebdane inside to Espinas. Nice touch pass from third Ebdane.
And that is what they missed in their last game. Third Ebdane missing the game with the flow. Really a big miss for Ateneo that last game.
Foul called quickly on the other end. It's going to go on Ateneo.
Watch here, no warm-up needed. Keeper Alas given enough space to operate and make the three. So on the last play, third Ebdane, touch passing, finding a wide open Zeb Espinas.
Alas will really try to put this team on his back to try and end that 6-game losing skid, and a double dribble called on Lance Lagdamen.
Lance Lagdamen just getting a little excited to start the ball game. Turnover for Lance. RJ Hazul watching here as his son Sky is being one of the younger guys for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. A very exciting future ahead for Ateneo.
Watching on as their squad tries to buy this, or tie things up here. Keeper Alas again, different result. Dimaano can't get the offensive tip in, but the second try is good. Excuse me, that's Waki Espinas.
The one talent that's not really talked about a lot, but is really playing terrific this season, is Waki Espina, one of the best shooters for De La Salle Zobel, getting that offensive rebound there.
Shot will not count for Lance Lagdamen.
Waki Espina, very athletic, very long, and can really stretch out the floor for La Salle. One of the graduating players of De La Salle Zobel.
Espina with great concentration to finish it at the rim, the second try. Meanwhile, third Ebdane trying to buy a basket for Ateneo, cannot. And a rebound here to La Salle. Espina floats it up, running jumper, no good. Shot in the lane, missed yet again by DLS-Z. And Ateneo will push it down. Lagdamen trying to get into the paint, turns it over. And Dimaano will settle things down. Cruz directing traffic, gets it to Alas. Kiefer drives, bumps, puts it up, no. 𝔘𝔫𝔦𝔬𝔦 gets the rebound.
After making his first three, 𝔬𝔫𝔦 has struggled the next few possessions, but you want him to be this aggressive the whole ball game long.
𝔘𝔫𝔦𝔬𝔦 barrels his way on the inside, misses.
Today has been getting good shots. These are shots that you want if you are the coach. Eventually, they are going to make these buckets.
This is the time when you look to go to Chris Porter to try and buy an easy basket for you. And it looks like Coach Reggie is going to try and do just that as Chris Porter finally checks into the game here for the Blue Eagles.
Now, Coach Reggie trying to give confidence to the younger guys off the team, starting the game early. But eventually, you have to go back to your star, which is Chris Porter, now entering the ball game with 7 minutes left in the first.
Ateneo down by 5. 𝔘𝔫𝔦𝔬𝔦 with it. Gets it to Suiko. Corner to Lagdamen. Lance drives, puts it up. No. Tried to get his own offensive rebound, but it goes to Kiefer Alas. Well, Kiefer just throwing that pass away, and that's going to be a turnover on LaSalle. Chris Urbina checks into the game now for Ateneo. Spark plug off the bench here for the Blue Eagles.
They're usually starting for Ateneo, but here they are giving the confidence to Lance Lagdamen to start the ball game, but they need the veteran leadership of Chris Urbina.
Some chess moves from Coach Reggie as he did not start Urbina and Chris Porter. So we'll see how this rotation goes. So Alwin Arboleda gets called for the foul there. That's going to send Chris Porter to the free throw line here for Ateneo.
Good way for Chris Porter to get his rhythm here. So see here, Coach Reggie Varilla trying to play some chess with Coach Boris Aldeguer, two of the well-respected coaches we have here in the juniors division.
Trying to fight their way back into this game with Chris Porter at the free throw line. Goes 1 for 2 at the stripe. Cuts the lead down to 4 here. Cruz gets it to Alas. Dimaano hands it over to Waki Espina. Espina with a jumper, no. Dimaano collects the rebound. Espina from downtown puts it in.
Now, this guy's a shooter for a reason. You cannot give him enough space because he can make those kinds of shots.
Didn't want the long 2, stepped back for the 3 and drained it in. And that gives LaSalle a 7-point cushion. Chris Porter on the inside, no.
Cold start for Ateneo right here. They haven't gotten anything going within their offense. They're trying to get the rhythm to get some points on the board here.
But they will be awarded the shot there after an offensive interference was called. So lead cut down to 5, and they'll credit Chris Porter for that one. Alas wide open for 3. No good there. And a foul called on the rebound. It's going to stay with LaSalle.
Sometimes you're just too wide open. Took too much time for Kiefer there. But you cannot give Kiefer that kind of a space because this guy is the best talent on the white shirts. And he has to be able to adjust eventually.
Kiefer Alas starting this game slow. But to your point, Coach, one of the best guys in the league in total. So cannot count him out any second of this game.
The only guy who has 2 triple-doubles here in the season. That is the type of talent that Kiefer Alas has.
Waki Espina, meanwhile, showing that he could get on the scoring column just as good. Drills his 7th point of the game. 3 for 7 for Waki Espina.
Waki Espina really starting out the game strong, shooting up top, hard to defend. And he proves that he's one of the best scorers.
The Ateneo Blue Eagles still down by 7 here against the DLS-Z junior archers. And are trying to find that momentum, coach, but just unable to string together some quality runs here in the first quarter.
Well, it's still very early here in the ball game. That's why they're forced to call an early timeout to be able to adjust right away. You know, with a staff that Coach Reggie really has, I'm sure they will have answers to this early run by De La Salle Zobel.
They're feeding the ball inside to Chris Porter every chance they get. So Porter will head back to the free throw line already with his 3rd and 4th attempt of the afternoon.
Even though La Salle is the much shorter team, this team is very underrated in terms of defending the inside. They have a lot of sturdy guys who can defend, as we see here. Kevin Alas and the dad of Kiefer, Louis Alas, watching on the sidelines right here. But going back to this De La Salle Zobel team, guys like Charles Dimahano and Cruz can really defend the inside, even trying to stop guys like Colin Sakoa in their past games. Very hardy big men of De La Salle Zobel.
Talking about Kiefer a little bit, full family attendance this afternoon, and that's going to be extra motivation if you're Kiefer Alas.
You know, if your dad is a well-respected coach, if your kuya is already a PBA basketball legend, it's such a tough pressure on you, yet he is proving everybody that he is one of the best young talents in the country in Kiefer Alas.
Right now, Kiefer still with only 3 points, but surely going to add to it as this game progresses. A steal there by Chris Porter leads to a Madranka triple, but it will not fall.
Well, that's going to be the role of Madranka right here. That will be his favorite spot, the corner.
Kiefer Alas is fouled that time by Mikey Ong. And some substitutions for Ateneo. Asistro will check in for Ong. And Ateneo will have 18 seconds to work with here. Still down by 6. Alas with a jumper. No, Asistro collects the rebound. Chris Urbina handling the rock here for Ateneo. Oh, great intercept there by Espina. Waki going all the way, tried to lay it in, will not fall, but he will be awarded free throws.
Waki Espina so far has been able to give the biggest impact for De La Salle Zobel. 7 points, 2 rebounds, and now a steal to his name. Waki Espina wanting that victory today for Zobel.
See the intercept, the telegraph, fake the pass, put it up, then just unable to connect. But Waki Espina, like you mentioned, Coach, a big part of this La Salle offense early in this game. And how good does that feel if you're La Salle, seeing that you're up here by 7? And one of your best guys in Kiefer Alas is still struggling from the field.
That's going to be a huge momentum boost for you to be able to enter eventually the next quarters, because Waki Espina and all the other guys are contributing to that scoring column.
𝔑𝔞𝔪 fakes, puts it up, spin, no. Chris Porter with the second try, puts it in.
There's little you can do if Chris Porter gets his position down low on the rebounding end. The guy's too long, too strong. But eventually get that ball and put back.
Porter just knows where to position himself on those rebounds. Already now with 6 points in the game. Three-pointer on the way. That's no good by 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬
who is in early for De La Salle Zobel is Vincent Favis, a guy who shot a lot of threes. But let's see first this offensive rebound by Chris Porter. Going back to Vince Favis. In the third quarter in their last game, really proved the difference, being a spark plug off the bench, getting 3 threes in that last game. Now trusted early by Coach Boris to be able to provide some scoring with Kiefer on the bench.
Coach Boris, I'm sure, definitely wanting to see more production from Favis after that last game, and would want to see Kiefer Alas heat up with some rest here on the bench. Chris Urbina from downtown puts it in.
Chris Urbina now working on that outside game of his. To start the season, he was more of a slasher and a guy who sets his teammates up, but now Chris Urbina can also stretch that floor.
Well, in that last game against NU, really found his offensive groove as well. And Chris Urbina looks like he's continuing on here against La Salle.
Chris Urbina being talked now with Eman Bonfort. We see the effect of Eman Bonfort on this guy. And they are a blessing to us short kicks.
Chris Urbina drilling his first triple of the game, and the first triple for Ateneo, cutting the lead down to 4. Another foul called on Gubat. That's going to be his first.
The one thing about Chris Urbina, he started out the season with a lot of turnovers, yet he was able to adjust to become one of the more efficient wing guards here in our UAAP Juniors division. And now he's one of the more respected wing guards whenever he is inside the court, and that is the adjustment that Coach Reggie has. That is the confidence of Chris Urbina, and also the help, of course, of assistant coach Eman Bonfort within that bench.
And that has to be big for a young player, to have the trust of your coaches and your teammates. And that's just going to build momentum and confidence for a young guard like Chris Urbina. Mako Davao in the game for DLS-Z. Davao fakes, Davao pulls up. No good that time. And that ball is going to trickle out of bounds. It'll head to Ateneo.
Now the offense slowly starting to build here for Ateneo. They have cut the lead all the way down to 2.
Chris Urbina turns it over. And Gubat will bring it down for La Salle. Final 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Buandaja can connect on that 3. De Los Santos slipping and sliding, turns it over. Davao with a free throw line jumper, no good. 𝔑𝔫𝔫 collects the rebound.
These are good shots coming from Mako Davao. Some shots he usually makes within the season. Just could not get his first 2.
A chance here to tie or take the lead for Ateneo. Shot missed by 𝔑𝔫𝔫. And La Salle with control. Favis puts it up. Oh, but an offensive foul called that time on Santa Maria.
Yeah, they're talking about the referees being so consistent with that kind of calls within the screen. No moving screens allowed. And Santa Maria will be called for that charge there. But something that he will learn all throughout his career. This guy is young and a very bright future. And within that call, maybe he can learn a thing or two.
Daniel Santa Maria, one of the many bright talents on this La Salle team. As you can see,
His dad, Adonis Santa-Maria, just talking about championship experience. His dad is a UAAP champion alongside Mike Cortez and the rest of that LaSalle squad. I'm sure he'll be getting a lot of lessons from his dad.
Always present in any tournament that his son has competed in. It has not changed here in the UAP Juniors division. Meanwhile, on the other end, Chris Porter at the free throw line. More free throws for Ateneo, shooting their 7th and 8th of the ball game.
Chance for Ateneo to tie the ball game right here. Started the game cold, but eventually few adjustment from Coach Reggie, tying the ball game now on 15.
Davao hounded here by defenders, gets it to Kiefer Alas. Davao. Now Favis from downtown, no go. De Los Santos gets the rebound. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Asisio to Urbina. They get it inside to Porter. Porter is hounded by Santa Maria, and a foul is called on him.
Chris Porter has been doing a good job sealing whoever defender is defending him. That's why he's getting a few free throws on the line here early on in the first quarter.
For Santa Maria, that's already his 2nd foul of the game. So he's going to be in foul trouble for a while here.
Early pace for Daniel Santa Maria right here. Giving some rest for Bon Taha and Charles Di Maano.
Chris Porter back at the free throw line. Has shot 6 of the 8 attempts that Ateneo has had at that area so far.
See here Coach Evan Monfort, part of that coaching staff. As well as Fort Arau, also providing championship experience in that Ateneo event.
Porter splits the free throws for Ateneo, and they have a 1-point lead here. LaSalle will take a timeout.
Talking about respect on one of the more respected coaches we have in Philippine basketball, Coach Vinky Fab is supporting his son right here, one of the younger talents of De La Salle Isabel.
All the greats and all the legends have come out today. And when an Ateneo and LaSalle game is played, it doesn't matter where it is, Coach. Everyone is going to take some time out of their day to come out.
There's always going to be a rivalry, whatever division may it be. College, high school, or even grade school, Ateneo versus LaSalle will always have a good competition.
And they are getting treated to a very close one here between these two squads. Ateneo clinging on to a 1-point lead here against LaSalle. Chris Urbina fakes, puts it up. Urbina with a circus shot, almost made it. But LaSalle recovers.
So help defense by LaSalle there to get the stop from Chris Urbina.
Kiefer Alas, the push, and he is going to get called for the offensive foul.
I want to know how many charges Chris Urbina has gotten within the season. It's not going to show up on the stat sheet, but he has read a lot of drive, getting charges, and that is going to be another one for Chris Urbina.
One of the things that you cannot count is that hustle and heart that Chris Urbina is continuing to give to this Ateneo team. Lance Lagdamen is fouled, and he will be shooting more free throws for the Blue Eagles.
Ateneo has been extra aggressive in the past few minutes, here in the first quarter. That's why they've been getting a lot of free throws to end the first. It's going to be another 2 for Lance Lagdamen.
Lagdamen will be shooting free throws number 11 and 12 for Ateneo. Meanwhile, LaSalle here, coach, only been able to get to the line 4 times.
So far, LaSalle has not been able to be aggressive, but good thing 𝔂𝔂 𝔑𝔞𝔕 was able to start strong and eventually give them an early lead. All the other guys has to be able to help out 𝔂𝔂.
About 5 seconds to go here. Alas puts it up. Alas can get the shot to fall. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So it was LaSalle who came out guns blazing in the first quarter, but it's Ateneo who ends the first quarter with a 3-point lead here.
Okay, for Alas starting the game strong. Eventually, 𝔂𝔂 𝔑𝔞𝔕
They have been missing the production from keeper Alas, but 𝔂𝔂 𝔑𝔞𝔕 has stepped up very, very handily for DLS-Z. And here in the second quarter, coach, still anyone's ball game.
You know, these are two teams on the talent level are very equal to each other. Ateneo just has the edge in terms of size. But when it comes to talent, De La Salle Zobel has a lot of guys who will really compete on the higher levels here. Mako, Davao, Kiefer, Alas, 𝔂𝔂 𝔑𝔞𝔕, Charles Imahano. So I'm sure this is going to be a very exciting ball game for us.
You can see both teams not losing any gas in that second quarter. Oh, what a move, what a dime by Lance Lagdamen to Ziv Espinas.
Oh, I just love how shifty Lance Lagdamen can go left, can go right in an instant. So it's so hard to reach Lance Lagdamen.
Lead up to 5 here for Ateneo. 𝔂𝔂 𝔑𝔞𝔕 with another jumper and another basket for him.
So 𝔂𝔂 𝔑𝔞𝔕 looking like a young Kevin Durant here, shooting the ball up top. Hard to defend, hard to close out on. Another basket for 𝔂𝔂.
11 points in the ball game for 𝔂𝔂 𝔑𝔞𝔕. Lagdamen throws it on the inside. It's stolen by 𝔑𝔞𝔕. Bondaha. Tumako Davao, who drains it from downtown.
Better execution, better ball rotation. LaSalle now getting good shots off their offense.
The game is tied at 20 here. Pass on the inside again, telegraphed by LaSalle. And that time, it was Dimahano who had it.
Watch that play here. Quick reversal by Bondaha to Mako Davao, getting him wide open on that left wing. And on the next play, Charles Imahano fronting Ziv Espinas, getting the stop there.
Espina thought about it. He'll give it up to Mako Davao. Espina asking for the screen. Espina uses it. Jumper again, no go, but he draws the foul on 𝔑𝔫𝔫.
𝔂𝔂 𝔑𝔞𝔕, the first guy in double digits here in this ball game. Already 11 points. You know, Kobe, I think I want to name my son Wacky because it's going to be an instant scorer. You have Wacky Espina, you have Wacky Ludovice.
We've seen it time and time again, Coach. All the Wackies, I think they're certified scorers.
I just know what to name my son already, and I'm sure it's Wacky.
Abangan ko yun, Coach. And I'll wait for Wacky Gregorio to play here in the UAAP very, very soon.
The only question is, where will he play for?
That's all you. I feel like that's all you. Some substitutions now for LaSalle. They have taken the lead here by 2 after some quality runs and quality possessions here, courtesy of Wacky Espina. Pass inside to Chris Porter is good, and the bucket.
What a perfect feed by Madraca. LaSalle fully respecting that corner for Madraca, finding Chris Porter on the inside.
11 points for the big man from Ateneo. Dimaano drills a 3 for LaSalle.
Charles Dimaano stretching the floor for the LaSalle Zobel.
And Lagdamen has that ball bounced off. And our officials are going to talk about it. It's going to stay with Ateneo.
Watch that feed once again by Madraca. On the next play, Espina to Dimaano. No respect on the 3. Charles Dimaano showing that he can also make it.
Inside to Porter again by Ateneo. And this time it's going to lead to a foul. That's Charles Dimaano who fouls him.
The second foul on Charles Dimaano. So far, the bigs of the LaSalle has been struggling in terms of foul. 2 on Dimaano, 2 on Santa Maria.
So some struggles here in the foul game for DLS-Z. We'll see how that continues on in this game. Espinas has it. They throw it inside. It's stolen again by Dimaano, and another foul. This time on Chris Porter.
Yet again, Charles Dimaano battling the much taller Chris Porter. Yet this guy stays active on the defensive end. Perfect way to front Chris Porter, reading the passing lane, getting the steal in that last play.
Well, you can see Porter was talking to his teammates after that one, trying to say to throw it up a little bit higher. I can catch it. Mako Davao tries, puts it up, draws the foul, and he'll head to the free throw line.
One thing Ateneo has to be careful about is that De La Salle Zobel moves good without the basketball. A lot of down screens. That's why the switches is able to give De La Salle Zobel eventually good driving lanes and open shots. They have to be able to do a better job in defending the off-ball screens of De La Salle Zobel.
Well, Mako Davao drawing that foul perfectly on Ateneo. And he's going to give LaSalle a bit of a cushion now at the free throw line here. 4-point lead for the junior archers, and he puts it up to 5. Davao now has 5 points in the ball game. Suiko kicks it to the corner. Madraca for 3, puts it in.
And once again, every time on their play, Madraca will be a threat on the corner, and he shows perfectly why he deserves to get balls on the corner.
LaSalle looking to answer with a bucket of their own. Mako Davao for 3, puts it in.
Quick answer from Mako Davao. It's already 8 for Mako.
Well, both teams just trading blows. Chris Porter cannot respond. And a foul called. And it's going to go on Suiko.
It's going to be a push on Suiko right there. But let's watch that corner kick out Kumandrangka, and you just know it's automatic. The way he holds the ball, the way he looks at the ring. On the next play, 𝔬𝔬𝔬 answering right away. You feel the intensity of this rivalry. Ateneo versus LaSalle will always be a treat to watch.
But how about the confidence from 𝔬𝔬𝔬 to go off from the screen and just pull up from downtown, now at the free throw line, to add more to his tally.
You know, one thing I love about 𝔬𝔬𝔬 is how simple he plays basketball. Just reading situations perfectly, not needing anything fancy. And that's why he's been one of the best young talents for the LaSalle Zubel, always coming off the bench. It's so exciting. If there was a Sixth Man of the Year award here in the UAAP, I'm sure it's going to be a tough battle. So guys like 𝔬𝔬𝔬, Mac Alfanta, always guys coming off the bench for these teams.
Oh, it'll be a tough race for sure, Coach. And especially with how many other guys come out from the bench. And if Chris Porter keeps coming off the bench, he might have a case as well for Ateneo.
He can be part of that conversation as well.
Okay, Espina for three. No go. Suiko collects the rebound. And a foul called. It's going to go on Kiefer Alas.
Watch that quick pass. Espina's talent to talent. Espina's to Porter. Two guys who can really operate on the inside, forcing LaSalle to adjust. And good pass by Ziv Espina's right there.
An underrated part of Ziv Espina's game, that passing that he has tended to show. Espinas again up top, throws it inside to Porter. And a foul called on Charles Dimano. LaSalle not making anything easy for Chris Porter. Every time he's asking for it on the inside. Suiko kicks it out to Espinas. That's stolen by Espina, and Espina slams it home with safety. Might not be the jam that he wanted, but still a slam nonetheless.
A very important basket for Waki Espina. Good swipe from the back, wide open, going for the slam. And the heart and the hustle of this De La Salle Zubel team will extend.
Archer is still up here by 7. Despite the response from Ateneo, LaSalle has continued to show up on the offensive end and come up with some quality possessions here, Coach, to stay up on top.
LaSalle really playing terrific here, especially on the defensive end. They have been closing down on Chris Porter. That's why they have a good 7-point lead here in the second quarter.
Urbina hands it over to Espinas. Tan looking. Tan throws it inside, and shot clock will expire. That's going to be a turnover on Ateneo.
You gotta commend the individual defense of the LaSalle Zubel in that last play. No need for a help, because each and every individual played terrifically on their man. A good stop coming from Zubel.
The play has been stopped here. As Ateneo coaching staff, Coach Reggie.
Technical foul on the Blue Eagles assistant coach, Ford Mano.
So a technical foul called on the Ateneo bench.
Coach Ford obviously not happy with a non-call there.
That's going to send 𝔍𝔫𝔢𝔢 to the free throw line, but unable to make the most out of that technical free throw.
One thing about the LaSalle Zobel is that they are up by 7, led by Davao and Waki Espina. And 𝔍𝔫𝔢𝔢 has only scored 3 points here in this ball game. And so far, they are doing a good job in stepping up here in the LaSalle Zobel.
A big confidence boost, like you mentioned, Coach, if you're in LaSalle, to have your best guys struggling, but still keeping this lead off of some great production from the rest of your crew.
The Davao and Espina really proving that they are also star-worthy here in the UAAP.
Ball is loose on the floor. Chris Porter has it for Ateneo. Chris Urbina handles the rock, gets it to Porter. Now to Espinas. Chris Urbina calling out the play. Urbina throws it to Tan. 6 seconds to shoot here for Ateneo. Tan. Ateneo has to put something up. Madranca cannot get it to fall. 𝔍𝔫𝔢𝔢 with it.
Once again, individual defense by the LaSalle Zobel making that stop.
𝔍𝔫𝔢𝔢 puts it up, but an offensive foul called on 𝔍𝔫𝔢𝔢.
And once again, who got that offensive foul? It is Chris Urbina. And I want to know from the Sultan of Stats if we can have a number on how many charges Chris Urbina has gotten the whole season long. I want to know if he will challenge my number during my day, because that was my role back in the high school division when I was playing and getting all those charges.
I'm sure it was nowhere near yours, Coach, but for sure, Chris Urbina might be leading the league in drawing those calls.
I'm sure he's not going to be near my warnings for flopping during back in my day.
Well, more importantly for Chris Urbina, he sends 𝔍𝔫𝔢𝔢 to the bench with 3 fouls now in the game.
It's going to be very big for the LaSalle Zobel, as your star player already has 3 fouls. But thankfully for Zobel, Waki Espina and Mako Davao are playing terrific here in the ball game. 15 and 10 apiece, 25 up to 34, coming from the 2.
Well, 25 points in total between Espina and Davao. And on the other end, Chris Urbina will be shooting some free throws for Ateneo. Perfect at the line so far. As I say that,
They jinx it right away.
the curse is still very clear. And if Chris Urbina is watching this on replay, I apologize for calling that out. Urbina will have another try here. 5 points in the game for him. Goes 1 for 2 at the free throw stripe. Now it's 6 points. 34-28. A steal here, or a challenge rather, by Ateneo. It falls into the hands, though, of LaSalle. Santa Maria has troubles here. LaSalle looking to reset. Mako Davao puts it up, no. Ball collected by Ateneo. Chris Urbina guarded by Davao. They throw it inside to Porter. Chris spins, a foul called on the floor.
It's going to be a hand check foul on Daniel Santa Maria. That's going to be the 3rd of Daniel. Oh, sorry, that's going to be the 4th foul on Daniel Santa Maria. It's going to be a problem for the Bigs.
Well, not the best of times if you're Daniel Santa Maria. And if you're LaSalle as well, like you mentioned, Coach, they're having some foul troubles here between their big men. And that's just going to give more opportunities for this Blue Eagles team.
It's going to be 4 on Daniel Santamaria, 2 on Charles 𝔬𝔦𝔪𝔢. So the two guys that are tasked to defend Chris Porter is going to be on foul trouble. But that is how important strength and conditioning nowadays are. Of course, credit to Coach Rob Bartolome of Ateneo, as he really got Chris Porter to be this strong and fish for a lot of fouls down low.
Porter looking in really great shape, already with 15 points in the ball game after that free throw, to go along with 4 rebounds and 2 steals. LaSalle up by 4. Domancas kicks it up ahead. The junior archers are looking for their offense to flow here. Rocky Espina fakes, gives it off to Lopez. 6 seconds to shoot for LaSalle. 3-pointer on the way, and that falls for Kian Gubat.
The textbook motion offense for LaSalle right there, trying to find someone open. Eventually, somehow, they found someone open on the wing. Good 3 for the LaSalle Zobel.
Gubat gets his first basket of the game with a 3 there and gives LaSalle a 7-point cushion off of the feed here.
Watch that once again. Motion offense, trying to find someone open. Lagdamen caught on the speed, late on the closeout. Gubat getting that 3 right there, extending the lead to 7.
Meanwhile, Ateneo back at the free throw line here, courtesy of Lance Lagdamen. And the Blue Eagles have been making the most out of their trip here, coach, shooting 75% out of 16 attempts.
They have been getting to the line a lot here in the ball game because of a lot of fouls by the LaSalle Zobel. But as you say that they are shooting terrifically, the jinx is alive.
I'm not even going to say anything anymore after that one. That's on me. Sorry, Coach Reggie. Well, the Blue Eagles down by 6 here. They want to have some good momentum heading into the halftime break. So is LaSalle. But they are carrying a lot of that momentum already with a 7-point cushion. Excuse me, a 6-point cushion. Well, make that a 9-point cushion.
There's going to be a good mid-range shot coming from Cruz. Wide open on that ball swing.
They're calling it a long 2. It's an 8-point game for Ateneo. Lagdamen drives left, floats it up. Shot will not count. But free throws will be awarded to Lance Lagdamen.
Be 2 shots for Lance there, but that's going to be a no count. But that is the aggressiveness you need from your guards if you want to be able to mount a comeback. The energy is just on the side of De La Salle right now.
Well, Lagdamen so far, all of the points coming at the free throw line for him. And having a hard time taking care of the rock as well. 4 turnovers for Lance Lagdamen. Lagdamen goes 0 for 2. Chris Porter with the offensive rebound. Second try is blocked, but it falls into the hands of Lagdamen. Lance inside the Porter. Chris kicks it out. Third, Ebdane open for 3, puts it in.
Good way to stretch the floor for Ateneo. All of the defense are closing in on Chris Porter. You'll be needing a shooter, and one guy who can do that is Third Ebdane.
Third triple for Ateneo, courtesy of Ebdane. Waki Espina can get that jumper to fall. And a battle for the loose ball here. Things getting very, very tricky, but it finally lands in the hands of LaSalle. And Gubat gets called for steps.
But just getting a little bit excited on that open driving lane. Getting one more step. He called for a travel.
Kiefer Alas checks back in for LaSalle. Alas carrying those 3 fouls with him. Only 1 for 7 from the field from the junior archer. 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢. Excuse me, now it's 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢. 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢, another triple in the corner. Cuts this lead down to 2.
Back-to-back threes for third. 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢, 1 coming off that ball swing. Good ball movement from 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢. And on the next play, using that staggered screen, open on the corner. Third 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢 finally cutting the lead to 2.
Back in the ball game, LaSalle with a 2-point lead after back-to-back triples from third 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢 of ADMU. They have brought themselves to within 2 here. 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰 puts it up, and he is fouled and will shoot free throws.
I just love the ball rotation of LaSalle right away on the timeout. Everybody getting a touch there. It's going to give 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰 2 chances on the line.
𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰 has really been the catalyst for LaSalle in this game. Now 16 points after that free throw. And you see Ziv Espinas on the Ateneo side, nursing 2 fouls. And has 4 points. But it's been a tough time on the offensive end for him. Meanwhile, 𝔑𝔑𝔫𝔢 drills both free throws for LaSalle and gives them a 4-point lead here. DJ De Los Santos with the ball. 6 seconds to shoot for Ateneo. De Los Santos inside. And that ball is loose. It'll stay with Ateneo, but they'll have 2 seconds to work with. Things getting very frisky on the inside between Ateneo and LaSalle. Both teams not giving any room to breathe here. 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢 trying to find an open teammate. Finally does. A kick ball is called. So that will reset the shot clock to 14.
That's going to be a lucky break for Ateneo. They don't need to rush now on their shot clock. Can get a quality shot with 14.
That was a get-out-of-jail-free card, courtesy of the junior archers that time. 14 seconds for Ateneo. 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢 loses the rock, and a jump ball is called. But it's going to head to DLSU.
We got to give credit to this guy. He's really been able to make stops. Lopez has been playing physical against Chris Porter, and Chris Porter has really been struggling against him the past 3 minutes.
Lopez has a steal and a block to his name. So really being very efficient on that defensive end. Keeper Alas, meanwhile, still unable to get his offensive moving. It's Chris Urbina now for Ateneo. Lagdamen using the screen. Chris Porter will settle things down. Ebdane trying to get it. Ebdane with a reverse. No. Alas gets it for Lasal. Kiefer Alas inside to Lopez. Lopez finding Espina. And shot clock is turned off. Rocky Espina puts it up and will not get the shot to fall. And that's going to be the end of the first half. And it's Lasal who comes up on top here after the second quarter.
That's Davao and Espina. And on the other end, still the usual guys. It has been Orbina, Porter, who have been doing the damage for Ateneo.
And third of Dane getting in the mix as well there for Ateneo, drilling 2 triples to get them back into the game. But it's still LaSalle, the onset of Waki Espina, Mako Davao, and Charles Dimano still proving a bit tough for this Ateneo team, as they are going to be heading into this third quarter up by 4.
It's going to be a very exciting second half we're going to have, as 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰 is being because it has been doing you wonders in the first half.
Chris Porter with 15 points to go along with 8 rebounds in the game here for Ateneo. That has just been a bit frustrating for him to get closed out a lot by this LaSalle defense. And credit to this junior archers team that has continued to deny Porter the ball. And just like that, as we talk about it, they force another turnover. Waki Espina floats it up. No, that's Lagdamen with the rebound. Lagdamen to a cutting De Los Santos. TJ goes all the way to the rack.
That's going to be the strength of TJ De Los Santos, a guy who continues to move it out the basketball, always ready to finish the fast break.
De Los Santos with his first bucket of the game. Ateneo running and gunning. Third Dane for 3. That's too short. Ball finds its way to Chris Porter, who puts it up and ties things at 41.
Good strong start for Ateneo. They are going for a lot more speed here in the third quarter, trying to outrun De La Salle.
41-41 now. Espina getting it on the inside to Dimano. To Lopez, Alas with 5 seconds to shoot. Kiefer with a pull-up jumper that's short. And Chris Porter with the rebound, and he is fouled by Lopez.
Credit the defensive adjustments of Ateneo right here. In quicker rotation on the ball swings of Ateneo, of LaSalle, and right away, whenever LaSalle gets a turnover or a miss, Ateneo is running here in the third quarter.
You could see there's a different air to this Ateneo team, at least for the first few minutes of this third quarter. But LaSalle not backing down as well. They try to throw it on the inside to Chris Porter. Shot. The ball will be out of bounds. That's Dimano. DiMaano had the last piece on it.
A little defensive adjustments as well for the La Salle Zobel. They're not putting DiMaano on Chris Porter to start the third quarter.
Nice passing from third Epdane to get it inside to Porter. And another foul called, a pushing foul called on Lopez.
Jeff Lopez tasked to push out Chris Porter from the paint, especially with Daniel Santamaria and Charles DiMaano in foul trouble in the first half.
Lagdamen gets it to Epdane, right back to Lance. Lagdamen drives, lays it in with the left hand, and takes the lead here for Ateneo.
One of the quickest first steps in the UAAP. Lance Lagdamen, given that space, will be able to attack hard. That is what happened there in the last play.
Waki Espina is fouled. And that's going to be free throws for Waki Espina.
Be a good chance for De La Salle to get the lead back, but let's just look at that quick first step by Lance, a very athletic guard of Ateneo. Just leaving Mako Davao on the closeout.
Valuable free throws now for Waki Espina. That's his first miss of the day. Espina will vie for the second. Still no free throws for Waki Espina. Uncharacteristic of him, but he'll have one more shot attempt here at this free throw line. Espina goes 1 for 3, and it's a 1-point game for La Salle. Suico gets it to Porter. Epdane throws it cross court. Lagdamen will be using that screen from Porter, kicks it out in the corner. And a foul called underneath.
That's going to be another foul on Kiefer Alas. That is the fourth of Kiefer here in this ball game. It's gonna give a lot more pressure on Waki Espina and Mako Davao to really step up here.
Oh, really not the afternoon you want to remember if you're a keeper at last. And they will be subbing him out for Gubat. Meanwhile, play will continue. Chris Porter gets hacked on the inside, and he's going to shoot some free throws.
It's going to be a problem now that Kiefer Alas will be out. It's going to be easier for Ateneo to really put the ball inside, as Kiefer Alas has been tasked to play the help side defense on Chris Porter. But that was a late rotation on Kiefer. Swipe on Chris. And now Chris Porter will be trooping to the line.
And if you're someone who's helping on Chris Porter, that's almost like an automatic foul if you don't get a stop on him.
It's going to be very hard. Chris Porter is one of the strongest guys in the UAAP. Top of the rebounding column. One of the guys that's leading points inside the paint. That's why you really have to be able to push him out. Jeff Lopez has been doing a good job containing, but it's just too hard to just totally stop Chris Porter.
DiMaano with 4 fouls, Kiefer Alas with 4 fouls as well, and Daniel Santamaria with 4 fouls on DLSU. So struggles in that category for the junior archers. Possession here for La Salle. Still a 3-point game here. Ateneo 45-42. Mako Davao can't get that 3 to fall. Porter will take it himself. Lagdamen tries, kicks it out. Epdane sees a lane to the basket, puts it up. No. Chris Porter, second try, still no. And Waki Espina has it for DLS-Z. Bondaha fakes the shot, and he will now draw the foul on Ateneo.
That was good ball rotation by Ateneo. Just could not get their shots because De La Salle was able to recover on the defensive end. So both teams really played their game terrifically here.
Bondaha will have a chance now to get his first points of the day. 0 for 2 from the field, and he's shooting his first free throw attempts now.
The only big man of the LaSalle who is not in foul trouble, Bondaha right now, still with 0 fouls. But all the other guys with 4 apiece, 𝔬𝔦𝔬𝔦 with 4 and Santa Maria with 4.
And finally gets on the scoring column here and cuts this lead down to 2. Oh, pass stolen by 𝔂𝔂 Espina. And he's gonna set down the play. Davao drives, pull-up jumper for the free throw line is no good. And another foul called underneath. That's gonna go on. Third Ebdane who gets called on that one.
So now also a few guys in foul trouble for Ateneo. That's gonna be the third on third.
So 4th team foul as well for the Blue Eagles in this quarter. One more and they're over the limit. Espina, guarded by Lagdamen. Espina tried to get the pass, will not connect. Gubat for 3, no go. Chris Urbina has it for Ateneo. Urbina kicks it to the corner. Jumper on the way, no good that time for the Blue Eagles. Davao for 3, misfires, and they'll let that ball trickle out of bounds. It'll head to Ateneo.
Both teams really shooting a lot of outside shots here, and both teams have not been making a lot. A slower third quarter we're having.
Both teams already in the foul limit. I have to be very careful here and not give up any silly fouls. A jump ball is called as bodies were on the floor. That's Zivis Pinas who got the bitter end on that one. But it'll head back to LaSalle.
So far, both teams have been struggling in terms of execution. They have not been able to go to their usual half-court sets.
The fouls have just been slowing down the offense on both sides here, Coach. Not an easy day in the foul category.
Be another foul on Chris Urbina. It's going to be the second on Chris. A lot of guys with 2 fouls. Third Ebdane, the only one with 3.
Well, free throws all the way from both sides. Still 6:02 left here in the third quarter.
A lot of missed free throws for LaSalle. Uncharacteristic, as LaSalle has been able to shoot a lot of shots in the first half.
LaSalle shooting their 19th and 20th free throws of the day, courtesy of Kian Gubat. Gubat makes the second and cuts this lead down to 1. Espinas throws it inside the corner. Out to Madranca. He fires for 3 and trains it in.
Shooters shoot, and that is exactly the role of Madranca. Every time you give him space, he's going to take it, he's going to make it. Extending the lead to 4 for Ateneo.
6 points in the game for Madranca, and an offensive foul called on Gubat.
And who makes the stop? Chris Urbina forcing that offensive foul. Let's watch the play before. Madranca getting it from the wing. All the way from Katipunan, getting that 3. And on the next play, Chris Urbina just floating down on any angle of Gubat, forcing the charge right there.
How many was that, Coach? 3?
That's a third. That's a third.
3 charges now credited to Chris Urbina. Madranca, another 3. No good that time. Saved here by Lance Lagdamen. Urbina drives, sees the lane to the basket, and kisses it high off the glass.
What a tough layup for Chris Urbina against much taller defenders, yet getting the English for that hook shot.
Ateneo up to a 6-point lead. But the momentum will take a pause here after that foul from Ziv Espinas.
Watch that again. Offensive rebound by Lance Nagdamin. Terrific defense by Mako Davao. And that was almost a blind layup, yet he found the right English to get the layup.
Bondaha is our guest at the free throw line. Cuts the lead down to 5. Now cuts the lead down to 4 here for LaSalle. Porter running. Porter all the way. Porter with the lead.
Terrific use of the lane by Chris Porter. No help side coming from LaSalle, giving Chris
downtown. Bang, bang.
inside, outside. Chris Porter is a talent. Anywhere you need him, he'll be able to produce.
First triple of the ball game for Chris Porter. He has 24 in the afternoon. Mako Davao cannot answer. Urbina leading the charge again. Now it's in the hands of Nagdamin. Nagdamin off the screen inside the Porter, left wide open. Perfect feed, perfect finish there from the Blue Eagles.
Nagdamin just thrusting his pass over there. A lot of wide hands, yet that pass was enough to get to Chris Porter for the assist.
And all of a sudden, Coach, it's a 13-point lead for Ateneo, the largest lead of the day.
Seems like the adjustment on the halftime break by Coach
bench, 26 points, 14 rebounds for him. But what about the guys like Chris Urbina and Lance Nagdamin who have set him up perfectly? Urbina contributing 10 points and Nagdamin 5 assists in this one.
Those two guards really have been proving the difference for Ateneo. Two guards who put in a lot of energy each and every play on the offensive and the defensive end. That is why Ateneo has been able to mount a comeback here and eventually get this 11-point lead.
Urbina with the ball in his hands, using the screen from Asistro. Asistro drives, puts it up, no. Ball is out of bounds. It'll stay with Ateneo.
Seems like Coach Boris will be risking 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢 here. 4 fouls in the ball game alongside 3 points. This is going to be a chance for 𝔍𝔞 to take advantage of the minutes given to him.
Well, this is the time where you need that production from 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢. That's the only thing missing so far on this LaSalle team. When you look at the box score, Coach.
After making the first field goal, 𝔍𝔞 has struggled after that, but we know that this guy is a talent. So Ateneo still has to be careful with the way 𝔍𝔞 will be taking advantage here.
Espina going all the way. Espina misses. And De Los Santos will bring it down. And De Los Santos, he gets called for the double dribble.
Sharp eyes right beside the referee making that double dribble. Another chance for LaSalle here.
You see right there, getting the ball, making the turnover. Oh, bodies on the floor all the way here.
DJ De Los Santos seems to have a cut on the face.
Oh, De Los Santos has a big gush on that left eye.
Seems to have hit Madranka on the back of his head. So blue-to-blue collision there.
Oh, De Los Santos. De Los Santos taking the hit and still going after that ball. He gets a standing ovation here from the Ateneo crowd and his coaches.
I'm sure that's going to need a few stitches right there with that kind of blood. But we do hope the best for TJ and also Madranka, who seems to have hurt the back of his head. Two hearty guys for Ateneo who has played well today in this ballgame.
Madranka and De Los Santos will both take a seat here and try and recover for the final quarter of play coming up after this one. It's Ateneo with possession. Mikey Yong checking in here for the Blue Eagles. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Settled down right now, and we'll have a possession here for the Blue Eagles. Chris Urbina handling the ball here. Urbina kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way. That is no good by Prado. And Ateneo and LaSalle now will run. 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢 open for three. And that's offline. You can just see the frustration on 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢's face.
This is not his usual minutes. He wants to get his rhythm going, yet him sitting on the bench because of foul trouble has really made him cold here in today's ball game. But if he can stay careful with his fouls, I'm sure he can get enough rhythm late in the fourth for him to make a run.
Well, still being very aggressive on the defensive end there, trying to get the steal. 𝔍𝔞 has to be very careful with those 4 fouls. 59-48 here. Chris Urbina drives, puts it up, and 2 free throws as a foul is called on the floor.
Chris Urbina will get his 4th and 5th free throw of the ball game. Might be the smallest guy on the court, but we're talking about heart. This guy just puts in his heart each and every time.
Urbina contributing 10 points in this game. Go along with those 3 assists. And you're right, Coach. Talking about heart, this guy does not lack any of it. And he's shown it all throughout the season here for the Blue Eagles. Reyna makes the first, puts the lead back up to a dozen. You see TJ De Los Santos still nursing that cut to the left of his eye. And some substitutions now. Chris Urbina will take a seat. Lance Lagdamen has checked in for ADMU. Mako Davao going all the way. Davao misses. And another foul committed on the other end, this time by Ateneo. It's going to go on Asistro. That's going to send Atienza to the free throw line.
Chance for some other guys to step up here for De La Salle to end the third quarter. Atienza going for the hustle of that offensive rebound. Will miss the first, but will have another one.
Atienza making his first appearance in the ball game today. And already an opportunity to get on the scoring column. Atienza goes 1 for 2 and cuts this lead back down to 10 to 12. And great defense there being shown by the Blue Eagles as they force a turnover.
2-2-1 press by La Salle there, forcing Lagdamen to pass it all the way to the top corner, and they force a turnover over there.
61-49, the Blue Eagles in the lead here. Oh, what a move by Mako Davao, getting up and under, cutting the lead down to 10.
Good read by Mako on the screen, attacking hard. Dipsidu cuts the lead to 10.
Lagdamen now with it for Ateneo. Lagdamen sees a lane to the basket, puts it up, can't get the roll. And Keeper Alas has it for La Salle. Davao fakes. Davao with a floater, and he is fouled and will be shooting some free throws.
Lance seems hurt here on the other end. Lance Lagdamen has not moved from where he is right now. He is holding on to something. Is he holding on to his knee?
Well, Lagdamen still on the floor on the other end.
I don't know if he's cramping up or holding on to his knee.
Oh, they're trying to get him back up here. Trying to see if he can put some weight on it.
Oh, seems to be cramping up. That right calf of his, if you check here on the screen, is really tight. But with the energy this guy puts, I'm sure he puts 100% on each and every time he has that basketball.
You're right, Coach. It's very prevalent, especially on your screens. We hope that it is just a case of the cramps for Lance Lagdamen, and he gets stretched out here on the Ateneo bench. But meanwhile, Mako Davao on La Salle's side. He'll be shooting some free throws here for the junior archers. Oh, what a game Mako Davao has been having here for La Salle in the game where Kiefer Alas has been struggling for them. One of his backcourt team tandems of Mako Davao has really stepped up here, Coach, with 12 points.
Mako Davao, usually the energy guy off the bench, but today he has been needing to step up more with Keeper Alas in foul trouble, and he has been double-digit scoring for Mako.
Asistro avoiding the defense that time, but unable to get the basket. Favis has it, gets it to Alas. Keeper Alas with the jumper, still no good for him. And Ateneo with possession. Lead has been cut down here to single digits. Mikey Ong for 3. No go. Alas gets the rebound. Kiefer going all the way, floats it up. No good that time for Kiefer. And And struggles continue for him.
Kiefer 1 out of 12 here in today's ball game. He started the game with a 3, but after that he has not made a field goal. He's been trying to help in the other aspects. 4 rebounds, 2 assists for Kiefer. Yet the field goal still not going the side of Mr. Alas.
Well, still some time here for Kiefer Alas to try and get his momentum back, especially with 1 full quarter still to be played here, Coach. Chris Porter collects the rebound. Shot clock is turned off for Ateneo. Ebdane double teamed. Ebdane gets it to Tan. 7 seconds to shoot. Mikey Olm drives baseline, reverse. Mikey Olm finishes at the rim.
Good read by Mikey Olm. Sees an open lane on the baseline, takes it hard, goes for the reverse. That's gonna be big for
bit here as the Ateneo Blue Eagles are up 63-53 against the De La Salle Zobel Junior Archers. 1 more quarter to go for La Salle to try and mount a comeback here. But what stands out for you in the quarter scoring, Coach?
So Ateneo really pounding on that 3rd quarter, starting out strong, getting the lead in the 1st minute, and eventually outrunning and outgunning De La Salle here in 3rd.
Kiefer Alas gets fouled by 3rd Ebdane. And Kiefer now will have an opportunity to get some momentum going at the free throw line.
This is going to be a perfect opportunity for Kiefer to get his momentum going here in the ball game by freebies on the line. You see the frustration of Kiefer because he cannot get his usual shots here against Ateneo.
Well, Alas 1 for 13 from the field goal here, and only 1 for 6 from downtown. The only bucket he's made so far was that 3-pointer in the 1st quarter.
But this is going to be a long 9 minutes and 34 seconds remaining. And this is a very controllable lead, only down 9 entering the 4th.
A lot of time here if you're Alas and the Junior Archers. Kiefer goes 2 for 2 at the stripe. He's now up to 5 points. Dane gets it to Tan. Tan spins, fakes, puts it up. No go that time. Ball in the hands, back into Kiefer Alas. And a double dribble called here on Alas.
It's just those kinds of days for Kiefer where nothing is going right. We saw in the last game, everything went right for Kiefer, a triple-double. But here, turnovers and missed field goals been going aside of Kiefer.
Just when you thought things were starting to change for his momentum, turns the ball over there. 𝔐𝔫𝔦𝔕 open for three. Too short. Chris Urbina finds Mikey only in the corner. No go again. 𝔐𝔫𝔦𝔕 skying in there for the rebound. 𝔬𝔦𝔕 for three. Too short. Ball is recovered here by LaSalle. Waki Espina has it. Espina puts it up. Jumper, no good. Cruz gets another offensive rebound. 𝔬𝔦𝔕 sidesteps, puts it up, still no. And Chris Porter unable to hold the rock that time.
A lot of opportunities for the guys in white. 2 offensive rebounds, and they cannot get anything in. But this will be a third opportunity for De La Salle.
Espina in the corner. Alas for three. Bang, bang.
And what were we saying? You cannot count this guy out. All of a sudden, he cuts the lead to 6.
Well, if there was ever a quarter that LaSalle wanted 𝔐𝔫𝔦𝔕 to start hitting his shots, this would be it. From the corner, defender draped all over him and getting the three-pointer to fall. 𝔐𝔫𝔦𝔕, after that three, cuts the lead down to 6 here. Chris Urbina puts it up and answers with a three of his own.
Big three to stop the run of LaSalle. Good shot by Chris Urbina.
Waki Espina cannot get it to fall. Here's 𝔐𝔫𝔦𝔕. Alas with a step through. No go. Chris Porter collects the rebound. A 9-point cushion here for Ateneo. And Urbina gets called for the travel.
Urbina not knowing if he wanted to drop the ball or kick it out. Will be forced on a travel right there. Better adjustment by De La Salle on the fast break.
Atienza has checked back into the game for LaSalle. Still a 9-point cushion for Ateneo. 𝔬𝔦𝔕 with a nice fake and lays it up and in.
What a pass fake by 𝔬𝔬𝔕. Everybody going left after that pass fake.
Porter looking to hand it off. Will throw it on the inside, but throw it away from the cutting 𝔐𝔫𝔦𝔕.
You don't want these kinds of turnovers late in the ball game if you are Ateneo.
You see Lance Lagdamen checking back into the game.
Good to see Lance and also TJ De Los Santos back in the ball game after getting injuries in the third quarter.
As you said, Coach, Joe, to be that young. 𝔬𝔬𝔕, another three, and gets it to fall.
𝔬𝔬𝔕 stepping up big time. 𝔐𝔫𝔦𝔕 struggling. 𝔬𝔬𝔕 says, no problem, Keith, I got you. In the fourth quarter, 𝔬𝔬𝔕 scoring 5 straight points here in the fourth.
Davao with his third triple of the game. /66-62 is our score here. Ateneo clinging on to a 4-point cushion.
LaSalle getting good stops here in the fourth. They're playing good defense and also executing early on in the fourth. Now the lead is down to just 4 here.
Well, they have seen some excellent production from this guy, 𝔬𝔬𝔕. 19 points, leading all scorers for LaSalle. Alas. Looking, gets it to Davao. Mako off the screen. Davao gives it off to Espina. 𝔂𝔑 will make his move. Step back three for him. Is good.
Tough three for 𝔂𝔑. Well defended by the blue shirts, yet he got it over and made the three. This is a single possession ball game right here.
Lead cut down to 1. After that three-pointer by 𝔂𝔑 Espina, Lagdamen answers right back.
This is a rivalry for a reason, Kobe. Back-to-back threes from both teams, making this game so exciting here.
And both teams just trading blows, showing everything that they've got here. You see Davao with a jab, with a step back, draining it. And on the other end, that's Lagdamen getting set. Perfect spin on the ball to drain it from downtown.
These types of ball game, it is your confidence that will be the biggest difference. And both of these players really showing that they have the guts to take those kinds of shots.
Espina with a miss. Lagdamen has the ball for Ateneo. Lagdamen has that ball stolen. Lopez and Urbina on the floor. And they'll have to separate the two.
There is one guy I have to commend in this ball game. It's Jeff Lopez, not really showing up on the stat sheet, but his physicality, the ball he gets, has been making a lot of difference. You see here the tap ball, getting that swipe, and forcing a jump ball situation. This guy does not see a lot of minutes, but he deserves a lot more after this ball game.
14 minutes in total for Jeff Lopez in today's game. Giving some valuable hustle points for LaSalle as they force a turnover. Davao fires from downtown, too short. Battle for the rebound. Hands pointing in numerous directions. But the only hands that matter are the officials, and they pointed to LaSalle's side.
The intensity really going up here in the fourth. Both teams really wanting that victory here.
Oh, and Ateneo opting for the coach's challenge. And the officials will head to the replay monitor to review that last play. Well, the review has been made. Ateneo's challenge unsuccessful. The ball will stay here with the junior archers. (65-69). It's only a 4-point lead here for Ateneo. Officials are deciding on which end Kiefer Alas will be inbounding the ball. So it's going to be 𝔂𝔑 Espina who inbounds it. Davao drives, puts it up, met at the rim by Porter. Atienza is fouled, and he will shoot some free throws.
A lot of offensive rebounds going the side of LaSalle that has been giving them a lot of extra opportunities. And those are one of the reasons why they are mounting a comeback right here. Those extra shots are giving them extra points.
Atienza now at the free throw line for LaSalle. Crucial free throws for Ken Atienza as he makes the first.
Only 4 minutes in the ball game, but Ken Atienza being trusted by Coach Boris Aldiger in the end game. Not really seen on the stat sheet is the way he moves defensively and the hustle he is putting. That's why Atienza and Lopez are going to be trusted late in the ballgame.
Atienza goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line and cuts this lead down to 2. Oh, Chris Urbina throwing the ball away. Ball in the hands of Alas, fired for 3. Bang, bang!
And just like that, LaSalle gets the lead here in the ballgame. Crucial adjustments by Coach Boris.
ADMU looking for some answers. And another foul. Oh, Chris Porter just very unhappy after that one.
Crucial turnover. Chris Urbina overpassing. Keeper Alas with the guts to shoot the big 3. Struggling the whole game, no problem. Keeper Alas has the green light to take that shot.
Chris Porter obviously frustrated, fouling out of this game. He'll finish the afternoon with 26 points and 16 rebounds. But not the way you wanted your day to end if you're Chris Porter. Mako Davao pulls up for the jumper. Davao, possession right back to him. Davao with a reverse. Davao finishes at the rim.
Wide open layup on the reverse for Mako Davao. Good strong attack. Getting him open right there.
3-pointer for Madranka is good. And he ties it up at 72.
That will be the role of Madranka. You have to be able to locate them in the end game. This guy also has the gun to shoot.
And offensive foul, this time called on DLS-Z. Saw the miss from Davao, recovered his own offensive rebound and reversed it perfectly off the glass.
Just gotta love the way he moved. And on the next play, Urbina attacking hard, seeing an open Madranka on the corner.
Urbina in the corner, Madranka again. Different result this time. Kiefer Alas secures the rebound. Espina looking for your options, throws it on the inside. Shot reverse is good by Joff Lopez, who gets his first bucket of the game.
Joff Lopez now, without Chris Porter, has the advantage on the size. Good use with his wide body for that reverse.
And Țățălău puts it up, and he gets called for travel. It's going to head LaSalle's way.
LaSalle doing a good job in getting stopped here against Ateneo. Let's watch that Joff Lopez attack against the younger Espinas. Miami wider body, gets the bump, gets the 2.
Espina gets it to Atienza. Alas with it. Alas gives it up to Espina in the corner for 3.
You just gotta love the heart being brought out by the De La Salle Zobel Green Archers. Quick communication, quick eye contact.
Well, Waki Espina coming up and stepping up big here for LaSalle. 24 points this afternoon for Wacky, and he gave LaSalle a 5-point lead here in the fourth quarter, Coach.
A guy who started the game strong, now finishing the game stronger. Wacky Espina really stepping up big time for LaSalle, especially when 𝔍𝔫𝔢𝔰 was in foul trouble most of the ball game.
Well, gotta give credit to him, and gotta give credit to guys like Mako Davao as well, who has 21 points in the night here for the junior archers. Here's Urbina settling things down. Urbina spins, Urbina puts it up, net at the rim. And ball is in the hands now of Mako Davao.
Good read by LaSalle on every option on that execution by Ateneo.
Davao looking for Alas, gets it to Lopez, now to Espina, back in the hands of Davao. Mako left open for three, puts it in!
And it's just that kind of a fourth quarter for the LaSalle. Anything they throw up is gonna go inside. And everybody really played well here in the fourth for LaSalle. 24
points for Mako Davao, and Ziv Espinas answers right back.
Perfect time for Ziv Espinas to step up and show up here in the ballgame. A big three, cutting the lead to 5.
Game far from over here. Alas answers with another 3.
Espina, Davao now. Alas, the 3-point line has been a friend to LaSalle.
Well, Kevin Alas enjoying that one very well. Lance Lagdamen drives, puts it up, and he is fouled by Mako Davao.
Good quick first step by Lance Lagdamen. That has been the strength of the ballgame. But let's watch this here. Mako Davao, no other option with a dying shot clock. Gets the 3 right there. Ziv Espinas with a quick answer on the next play. But 𝔍𝔫𝔢𝔰 also answering all the way from Alabang.
Well, you can see 𝔍𝔫𝔢𝔰, like we were talking about, can get hot at any given minute, and it was the perfect time for him to get hot here in the fourth quarter.
Well, just a while ago, we were talking about him struggling only with 3 points. Now, he's all the way up to 13. And with a snap of the finger, 𝔍𝔫𝔢𝔰 now in double digits.
Kiefer really showing why he is one of those very special talents in the UAAP. Full composed, did not lose any confidence throughout the game. Now he's giving it off here to Mako Davao, who has led the way for LaSalle, but unable to buy the basket that time. Madranka open for 3. No go. Gets his own offensive rebound. Ball stolen by Mako Davao. Davao puts it up. Left-handed finish is good.
Quick swipe. Wins the foot speed race. And Mako Davao can now have a 3-possession lead in the last 1 and 30.
An 8-point cushion now for LaSalle. Shot missed on the inside by TJ De Los Santos. Espinas going all the way. Tried to dunk it with bad intentions. But Ziv Espinas not letting anything through.
Look at that swipe by Mako Davao, reading the passing lane perfectly. Eventually winning the foot race. And what a game Mako Davao has been playing today's ball game, leading everybody with 26 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. But not seen on the stat sheet is the heart, the hustle, and the leadership that Mako Davao has been putting in today's ball game.
Really displaying some high confidence in that green and white for LaSalle. Big game from Mako Davao. Ebdane to Espinas. Ziv makes his move, spins, puts it up, no. Madranka to the corner for 3. Will not fall. 𝔍𝔫𝔢𝔰 secures the rebound, and he is fouled by TJ De Los Santos.
That rebound, 𝔍𝔫𝔢𝔰 will get a double-double here in the ball game. 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists for Kiefer. Struggling in the first half, yet making a difference by playing defense, getting rebounds, and also getting the ball to his teammates. Not the highest scorer for LaSalle today, yet he still makes a big impact for Zobel.
Well, this LaSalle team, it took them 3 quarters, Coach, but they heated up at the most perfect time. And you got to give credit to this guy, Marco Davao, who put it out all on the floor here for the junior archers.
A very big fourth quarter here for the LaSalle Zobel. They've scored 34 points already in the fourth quarter, led by 3 guys, Davao, Alas, and also Espina. But one guy that we should highlight is Joff Lopez, providing the physicality down low.
Like you this game came up and stepped up big. And this guy, Marco Davao, stepping up throughout the game when Kiefer Alas was struggling.
Terrific game being played by this backcourt in Davao, Alas, and Espina. Perfect time for them to heat up here in the fourth quarter. 35 big points compared to only 14 by Ateneo, plus 21 in the fourth.
Very, very different quarter than what the Blue Eagles had in that third. Sorbina turns it over, and that just might be it for this Blue Eagles. Espina puts it up, gets it in. Joaquin Espina now up to 27 in the game. Oh, LaSalle really not letting anything up here in the dying seconds of this one. Lagdamen inside. Ziv Espinas puts it up and in. And gets that one to fall.
Coach Boris not wanting for them to take any wrong decisions here.
There's still some time for this junior archers team to turn things around in the season.
They can still have a glimmer of hope. They'll be down 2 games behind FEU. And this win will be huge for the LaSalle. For Ateneo, this will hurt them because this was a chance for them to tie FEU at number 4, entering that Final Four picture. Let's see what adjustments Coach Reggie really has for the final games here in our season.
FEU, after this game, they'll still be holding on to that 4th seed at 5-5. Meanwhile, Ateneo, they'll drop to 4-6 in the season here. So again, still some hope if you are Ateneo and if you are LaSalle. But the margin for error starts to become extremely thin now, especially for this LaSalle team.
Ateneo not giving up here in this ball game, still wanting to put their heart in. A good defensive trio in Orbida, De Los Santos, and Lagdamen to try and force some turnovers in the trio of LaSalle, which is Espina, Davao, and Alas.
In this 4th quarter, this was a time where LaSalle just pulled out all the stops and showed exactly why you cannot sleep on a team like them, as they executed, string together quality runs, hit big-time shots, and now they're leading this game by 11.
So I said before the ball game, Joaquin Espina is a talent that was not talked about a lot. But I'm sure after this game, he would not be on the underrated radar anymore. Joaquin Espina really stepping up big time here in the ball game. 27 big points for Joaquin.
Well, I'd hate to be the player guarding Joaquin Espina next game with just the momentum and confidence that he has coming off of this big win against Ateneo.
Now, slowly but surely, he's been playing each and every game with a higher point total. Last game, he played terrific. Now, Joaquin Espina once again stepping up with 27 big points.
And as well, Coach, shooting extremely well from the three-point arc, 3 for 7 in that area. And he's going to be ending this game as the leading scorer for LaSalle. But he saw some quality productions all around from his squad, especially from their point guard in Mako Davao. And the shot clock and game clock expires, and that'll be the end of this one. It's LaSalle who comes out on top to take their 3rd victory here in season 86.
Story of 4 quarters. First quarter controlled by Ateneo. Second quarter controlled by LaSalle. Ateneo with a quick answer.